All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a tool with a name that's, well, it's less of a name and more of a mission statement. The Milwaukee M18 FUEL Sawzall, the cordless wrecking machine. We're going to break down exactly why this thing isn't just an upgrade, it's a whole new ball game for demolition.
First, let me paint you a picture. And if you've ever been on a job site, you know this scene all too well. You're jammed into some tiny, awkward space, trying to cut through a complete mess of old pipes, rusty nails, and who knows what kind of wood. It's the kind of job that just tests everything, your skills, your body, and definitely your patience.
And you know what makes that whole situation 1,000 times worse? When you're also fighting your own tool. Dragging around an extension cord, having it snag on everything, losing power right in the middle of a cut. It feels like your saw is actively working against you, right? Sound familiar?
Well, that whole frustrating circus is officially over. Let's stop talking about the problem and start talking about the solution. A tool that was literally designed to put an end to all that nonsense for good.
So let's just start with the numbers that really matter. We're talking about the Model 282120. And look at this. It's got a 4.8 star rating from, get this, 671 reviews. That's not just marketing hype, folks. That's the final verdict from hundreds of pros out in the field. So, the big question is, how does it earn a reputation like that? Well, let's pop the hood and look at the tech that makes this thing tick. It's really a killer combination of raw, brute force, insane speed, and some seriously clever engineering.
First off, just a number. 3,000.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. 3,000 strokes per minute. This isn't just fast, you guys. This is aggressive. It's this relentless pace that just rips through material like it has a personal score to settle.
So how does it get all that speed? Well, it all starts with the POWERSTATE Brushless Motor. That basically means more power, longer runtime, and a way longer life for the tool itself. You combine that with a nice long 1¼ inch stroke length, and what you get is the fastest cutting recip saw in its class. Yeah, it actually outperforms a lot of the old corded saws.
But you know, all that power is useless if you just burn the tool out. And that's where the brains of the operation come in. It's called RedLink Plus Intelligence. And you can think of it as the tool's central nervous system. It's constantly monitoring everything to protect your investment from the absolute abuse these saws go through. So here's how that actually works for you on the job. The system can feel when you're pushing too hard and you're about to overload or overheat the saw. And before that can happen, it automatically manages the power output to stop you from frying the motor or wrecking the battery. It's the difference between a dumb tool that just gives up and dies and a smart one that knows how to survive.
Okay, so power is only half the story, right? A truly great tool also has to feel good to use on a real job site. So let's look at how this saw is built with some really thoughtful design that just solves those little everyday headaches.
Let's start with changing the blade, which historically is a huge waste of time. The old way, you're fumbling around for a hex key, wrestling with a clamp that's seized up. The Milwaukee way is the quick lock lever. You flip it, swap the blade, flip it back, done. You're back to cutting in like 2 seconds. And notice that anti-corrosion clamp, a small detail but absolutely crucial for a tool that lives in dirt and mud.
And this right here, this is about long-term durability. That spot where the battery connects is a classic weak point on a lot of cordless tools. So Milwaukee reinforced it with metal. It's designed to last the entire life of the tool, not just until the warranty expires. That shows some serious confidence in how this thing is built.
Now this might seem like a minor feature, but trust me, the adjustable shoe has a huge impact. By controlling how much of the blade you're actually using, you can spread the wear out across the whole thing. And what does that mean? It means your blades last longer, which saves you money, and just as important, it means less downtime swapping them out.
You also get these little details that could only come from real-world experience. There's a super bright LED light to light up your cut line when you're in a dark corner, and a rafter hook so you can hang the tool instead of just dropping it on the floor. These are the kinds of things that tell you the designers actually get it. They understand the job.
And here are the vitals for you. It weighs in at a pretty manageable 6.8 pounds without the battery. It's just over 17 inches long, and this is the big one, it's part of the massive M18 battery system. So if you're already on that platform, you don't need to buy any new batteries or chargers. You're good to go.
So, we've covered the power, the smarts, the design. But what do the people who actually use this thing day in and day out think about it? Don't take my word for it. Let's look at what the reviews say.
And we're not just talking about a couple of opinions here. No, we're talking about 671 individual user reviews. And across that huge group of people, the tool scores an average of 4.8 out of 5 stars. I mean, come on. That kind of agreement is practically unheard of, especially for a tool that gets absolutely punished every single day.
And this quote from the source material just nails it. Think about it. Most people only bother to leave a review when they have something to complain about. So to get a 4.8 from that many people, that's not just a good review, that is basically a standing ovation from the entire industry.
So, what does this all boil down to for you? Really, it's a simple choice. It's a choice between the old, frustrating way of doing things and the new standard for what a recip saw should be.
I mean, the choice seems pretty clear, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got the daily hassle of fighting with cords, wasting time, and using equipment that's an obstacle. And on the other hand, you have total cordless freedom, unbelievable speed, and a tool that was engineered from day one to work for you, not against you.
And really, it all comes down to this. 2 words that perfectly capture what this tool is all about. When you pick this thing up, there's no question about what it can do. The only question left is, what do you need to cut next?